Thank you for volunteering to the Lower Great Miami River Water Quality Lab. I'm Sarah Meadows, Public Involvement Coordinator with the Hamilton County Soil and Water Conservation District, coming to you from the Great Miami River. We work closely with Rivers Unlimited to get this lab certified as Level 2 through the Credible Data program. This means our data from the lab can be used at the state level by Ohio EPA, the county level by the Soil and Water Conservation District, by local nonprofits such as Rivers Unlimited, and others. This data can be used for regulatory purposes to identify red flags that help prioritize projects and other watershed planning purposes. For this reason, it's important that you follow the procedures outlined in this video. For example, every 10th sample will be a duplicate to ensure there are no errors along the way. If this is confusing, don't worry. There will be at least 2 lab managers on site during every sampling day. Mike Miller is the program manager, Lisa Lee is the lab manager, and Bernie Moeller is the quality control officer. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your video.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I'm the coordinator for Citizens Water Quality Monitoring. This video will provide thorough training for samplers in order to satisfy requirements for the Ohio EPA Level 2 Credible Data Program. Upon completion of the video, you will be asked to sign a form available on the Rivers Unlimited website certifying you completed the training. Monitoring takes place the second Saturday of each month, March through November. Samples must be collected the morning of the sampling day and brought to the lab by 11 a.m. Before we get started with our sampling, let's talk about the field data form. Each field data form will be individualized with your name and contact information about your site, as well as a specific site ID. You'll want to place the site ID on the 2 bottles that you'll be given. The large bottle is for all of the tests, excluding the bacteria test, which is the small bottle. You can collect fresh bottles when you drop off your samples. If you happen to forget your bottles, they will be made available at the UC Center for Field Studies on the evening before the monitoring day. Let's get started with the sampling. Okay, so we're ready to collect our samples. First, I should point out, we should try to collect our samples in the same spot each month. We're going to start out by rinsing out the water bottles 3 times downstream of where we would like to sample. In this way, we don't dredge up anything from the bottom. Notice also, I'm also pouring downstream. Rinse the lids. Now I'm moving upstream to actually collect my samples. I'm collecting the samples in moving water midway down the water column, so we're not taking anything off of the top, nor are we dredging anything up off of the bottom. Make sure that the lids are secure, and that's it. There may be times that we are unable to collect our samples directly from the water's edge. Then we can use our dipping bucket. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to rinse 3 times. Downstream of where we're going to sample. We're also going to rinse our bottles 3 times as well. As well as the lids. We're going to come upstream, collect our sample, and fill the bottles.
Sit.
Okay, so I've returned to the lab with my sample bottles and my completed field data form. When you come back to the lab, you'll actually hand those things off to me, and then you will need to complete the sampler sign-in form. And I will simply put a check next to all of the sites that I collected, and I will initial here. And then this space over here is for any issues or problems that you may have seen on your sampling day, whether that's low water, construction, anything that is out of the ordinary, you would want to mark here in the issues and problems. A few points about your health and safety. Be careful of loose, slippery rocks when you're making your way down to your sampling site. Watch for poison ivy. Park in a safe location. Do not cross private property without permission. Avoid water contact with open skin. Wash hands or use hand sanitizer after sampling. If you do not feel comfortable with the sampling site or your surroundings, leave the site. Be aware of any hazards, particularly during high water, and sample only at a safe location. This concludes the training for the samplers. Please remember to sign the form to verify that you watched this training. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all that you do for clean water.
Hi again. Hopefully by now you're getting excited for the sampling season to start. Remember, we sample on second Saturdays from March through November. Samples collected should be turned into the lab no later than 11 a.m. Volunteers for processing should arrive around 10. If for some reason you can't come in or collect your samples, please contact Lisa Link and we'll find a substitute for you. Thanks again, and we look forward to a great sampling season.